It's my 10 years here in Canada. So on this video, I just want to share 10 things, 10 experiences or lessons learned during my first 10 years here in Canada. So I just want to share some of the joys, the struggles, some tips that I've learned and I've tried as well. And yeah, and a lot of stuff. So 10 years went by so fast. Oh my. But as I remember, when I first received my visa in 2013, it was like a mixed emotion because when I received it, we were preparing for my sister's wedding. And yeah, 10 years have passed, and here I am. I am here in Calgary, and I'm actually here in a beautiful place in Banff. And God has been so good. So, number one, what is my number one tip? Okay, let's start with challenges. Number one, the weather. Before coming here to Canada, I got this good advice. They said to dress appropriately for the weather, go out and enjoy it. So I did it. Winter doesn't scare me. So every winter, we still go out as a family. We go tubing or sometimes we go like little hikes and we see lights during Christmas time. And there's still a lot of activities to do during winter time. Just dress appropriately and still enjoy the weather. Here in Calgary, you really need to check the weather every day because it's changing from time to time. The second challenge that I experienced was related to career. So I was a teacher back home for 5 years. And in here, when I came here to Canada, I started from the very beginning. I had all my papers assessed. I studied here for a year. I took IELTS twice. And I work in Valley Village. And then I work in a daycare for 2 years. And thank God, after all those years, I am now working full-time in Emma's school. So it was really a process, but God sustained me as I was preparing all of these things. So that was my second challenging. It was like a long years, but thank God I'm already here in a teaching career already. Third challenge for me is homesickness. Oh my, homesickness is so real. My first 2 years here were the most challenging years for me. Although until now, I still feel a little bit homesickness, but I think I'm getting adjusted already. But every holiday is the toughest for me, especially Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day, and most especially during my birth month, September. Because I came from a large family back home, both my maternal and paternal side, and every Christmas Eve we go together as a family. Every New Year's Eve we also go together as a family. And I remember in 2013, it was 24 here in Canada, so that's already 24 night in the Philippines, and I was still traveling to Valley Village. I work in Valley Village, and I called them in a video call, and they were like having fun. They were showing their the food that they have, the games that they were playing, all of those fun activities they're doing Christmas Eve. And here am I still going to work and working on Christmas Eve day, and I feel so sad, so miserable actually, because I miss my family back home. So homesickness is so real. But thank God, because we have like the internet, we have like a good connection these days, and we can contact our family easier. So yeah, homesickness. But you know what? Homesickness, I still feel homesick, but it's getting better. It's not the worst. The first 2 or let's say 3 years is the hardest, but just continue. Just be strong. Just contact your family every time that you feel that way. So yeah, that's the third challenge. Now let's talk about the joys of being here in Canada. Or let's start first with the benefits. So in here, one of the benefits is that the healthcare is free. So when I gave birth to Emma in 2015, I didn't even pay anything, and it's free. And everything, the hospital, all the bills are free. So even when she was hospitalized in Children's Hospital, we stayed there for 5 days, and we didn't even pay. And it's like it's very high tech. Everything was there. All the materials, or no, all of the, I can say, the instruments that is used to check her, it's there and in her room, and we stay there for free. And also in 2021, when I had a health scare, I had a lot of laboratory tests. I had a lot of what else? Lab tests, MRI, CT scan, all of these things, they are free. I didn't even pay a bill. Next is the place. Canada is a very beautiful place, and we are so blessed to be living so close to Banff. We were able to enjoy this place any time of the year. And here in Canada, I am thankful that I was able to visit British Columbia. We were able to go to Vancouver, meet some family and friends there. To Victoria, I was able to go to my aunt's place as well. And this year, I thank the Lord for the opportunity that we were able to go and visit Ontario. And there we were able to see the famous Niagara Falls. It's one of my bucket lists, and thank God I was able to see its majestic beauty, beautiful falls. Number 6, one thing that I really appreciate here are the people of Canada. Canadians are known to be friendly people, and generally, or majority of Canadian people are very friendly, honest, and actually very warm people. There's always a meme between the Americans and the Canadians, because Canadians, they always said, oops, I'm sorry, even though it's not their fault. They always say sorry. That's how they are. And in my 10 years experience here, I haven't really met like a Canadian, born and raised here in Calgary, that is very like rude or dishonest. In my 10 years of experience here as well, I dropped my phone, or I left my phone somewhere 3 times, and it's always been returned. So yeah, one thing that I really love and appreciate here is the Canadian people. Oh, one more thing. I have actually a lot of good things to say about Canadian people, but one more thing that I appreciate as well is their sense of helping or giving back to the community. In 2013, when I first came here, it was raining so hard that it flooded in Calgary downtown. And I've seen how people work together to help. They volunteered their time to clean up the downtown area, to help people who were affected by flood. And I really appreciate that. They were really amazing people, and I'm so happy to be part of this community here. Now let's go to some advice. So for number 7, find a community. So when I first came here in 2013, I had my church friends here from the Philippines, and I also had my high school classmates who were here before me. So it was amazing because they were here before me. They give me some advice, some tips, and they were able to help me in my adjustments here. But if they were not here, if my family is not here, if Mike's family is not here, my aunt in Vancouver is not here, it might be a little bit hard for me to adjust here. So that is the first advice that I can give you, is to find a community where you can grow together as a family, and at the same time you can give back to the community by volunteering your time or even by donations. So that is my first advice. Find a community. Next advice is to never stop learning. When I first came here in 2013, I even attended free English classes, the Canadian language benchmark. And I think it helped me improve a little bit with my English. And at the same time, it's a good opportunity to meet other people, to have a good network and connections. So I also studied here in 2016-2017 for 1 year, and I think every opportunity to study, we should really grab it, because it's not only for your own, it's not only for to just have fun or to have knowledge, but it's also beneficial for you to meet more people, to be knowledgeable in some things, and it's also good conversation starters to meeting other people as well. Number 9, adjustments are really hard at first. My first 3 years was the hardest for me. I had to adjust in my career life, at work, in my family here, in relationship with other people, at workplace, at church, and everything. Christmas is the hardest. Every holiday was a struggle for me. But you know what? I can say that the benefit outweighs the struggles that I had. when I went back home to Philippines in 2017 and 2018, I was able to compare the difference of living here in Canada and living in the Philippines. And I can say that right now, I am more comfortable here and I consider this as my home now. So yeah, adjustment is really hard at first, but just stay strong, just continue holding on, just continue finding community, trusting the Lord for all the things that's happening in your life, and you will be able to manage it. Just like me, I never realized it's already my 10th year here. Number 10, everything that happened here in Canada is all in God's plan. He knows everything that I will experience. He knows exactly what I will experience here. For all this year, it was Him. It was God who sustained me here. He gave me grace and favor at school, work, and with family. Knowing that He's in control of everything, even the smallest detail in my life, gives me peace. I can rest because I know that He is the author and finisher of my faith, and He will be the one to sustain me through until the end. If you're new here in Canada, don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged, There's gonna be adjustments. Oh, for sure, a lot of adjustments. But you're in for a wild and exciting ride. And if you're new here and you're here in Calgary, you're always welcome to our church in New Life Baptist Church. So yeah, 10 years was amazing. Not everything is full of joy and happiness, but God is so good. He sustained me and He will also sustain you. So that's it. Bye. Thank you for watching this video. God bless you.